And they couldn't deny his existence. The problem wasn't his existence. The reason that Jesus came, Jesus didn't come to prove he was real. He came because of a lie. I want you to take a look at this with me. For those of you that have spent any length of time around this church, you know I have a habit of going back to the original creation story. And the reason for that is if I want to see what God's like, if I want to understand who he is and what he wants from us or with us, all I got to do is go back and look at the world pre-sin. And when I do that, there's no doubt that God exists, but there is a lie. And I want you to look at it with me in Genesis 3:4, because the devil comes to Adam and Eve, and he begins to interact with them, and he says, "What did God tell you?" And Eve tells him what she heard from her husband that God had said, and then he says this, "You won't die," the serpent said. "You won't die." The issue wasn't his existence. The issue was being tempted with a lie. I want you to think about that as we celebrate this Easter, because what I'm going to share with you today is that the direction and the ploy and the tactic of the enemy has never changed. It's never changed. The issue for most of us isn't whether or not God exists. I've looked at most world religions, and the interesting thing is, if you Google it, over 90% of the world believe in a God. They believe in a God. Most of the world doesn't have a problem believing that God exists. But what do we believe about him? And as I thought about this, I thought, our world, our culture, we have a unique relationship with lies, don't we? I mean, it's actually kind of a way of life, isn't it? Some years it's worse than others. We just came through a political season, and I'm not going to make any political statements here, but come on. We dealt with a lot of finger pointing about lies, right? We even have entire websites dedicated to fact checking. We have a unique relationship with lies. We have a lot of sayings about lies, don't we? There's a pack of lies. Well, what's that look like? A pack of lies. You lie through your teeth. What about this one? When you're caught in a lie, you're a liar. Pants on fire. Thank you. I love church participation. What about this one? Oh, what a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. See, we have a unique relationship, don't we? In our culture and in our world with lies. Did you know we have categories for lies? Now, I'm going to stop right now because of what happened at the first service. And whether you're here, and man, I got to tell you, I love seeing people back in church, or whether you're watching online, I'm glad that you're there. I need you to pray for me right now. Me, not you, pray for me. Because I'm going to use an illustration in a moment, and you'll understand why I'm asking you to pray for me. Because when I wrote the illustration down, it didn't seem as impactful as I believe it's going to be this afternoon for me. Because in this idea of a pack of lies, or categories of lies, we have white lies, right? White lies. Anybody ever told a white lie? Why do you tell a white lie? You tell a white lie because you don't want to hurt the other person. And here's my illustration for that. What's a white lie look like? When my wife comes and says, "Do these pants make my butt look big?" What do? Do you tell them the truth? See now why I pray? See, a white lie is you don't want to. You want to save someone else, so it's worth it, right? Let's just go ahead and tell them an untruth because it won't hurt anything. As a matter of fact, life will be better. Which leads me to the second one: gray lies. See, gray lies are kind of like white lies because white lies you don't want to hurt that person. See, which all, but gray lies you not only want to not hurt that person, you don't want to get hurt, right? Ever told any gray lies? But see, then the final category is a black lie, where you don't really care at all about their feelings. All you want to do is get the best deal you can get. So it's just an out and out lie. It's I don't care about them. I care only about me and what I can get out of life. See, the categories of lies, but it doesn't even end there, because if you Google it, and you know that you'll get the truth if you Google something, right? If you Google it, you'll find out that psychologists actually say there's 7 stages of growing as a liar. And I read that and I thought, who in the world wants to grow up as a liar? I'm a better liar than you. I've reached stage 6. Where are you at? I mean, really. But then as I read on, I thought, okay, this kind of makes sense because they say that the entry stage of lying is about self-protection. You lie because you want to protect yourself. And when I was reading this, I thought, yeah, that's kind of true, because anybody watch the movie Liar, Liar with Jim Carrey? I mean, it's an amazing movie, isn't it? I mean, you never want to be him, right? You hope and pray your kid doesn't get their birthday wish granted. I don't want my parents to lie, because remember what happened? The kid's wish was that his dad would stop lying. And so for 24 hours, he couldn't tell a lie. And I was thinking about this entry level, this first stage of growing up as a liar. It's self-protection. And I thought about that scene where he gets pulled over by the police officer. Ever been there? And that iconic line that police officers must go to school and learn how to ask these lies, because the officer walks up to the car and rolls the window down, and of course he doesn't know that Jim Carrey can't lie in this situation, but he asks him. He says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" And he goes through this entire litany. Yeah, I ran a light. I hit a car. I mean, but can you relate to that? I mean, you get pulled over and the cop says, "Do you know why I pulled you over?" Don't you